If you've been following me, you know that I work with female founders, coaches, consultants, and service providers who are experts at what they do. They've gotten results, they believe in their offer, but when it comes to selling at the level that they know they are worth, something stops them every single time. And after years of working inside sales conversations with women who are building high ticket businesses, I've identified the root cause of this problem. It's not confidence, it's not strategy, it's not mindset, at least not in the way that we've been taught. It's a self image misalignment. And today I'm going to the foundational framework to fix it. This is the work that you do before you raise your prices. And if you skip it, nothing else will work. There is a sequence to building anything in your life, and most people get it completely backwards. Here's how most people think that it works. Once I have clients paying me $20,000, then I'll do the work of showing up confidently, and then I'll be the high ticket expert. But that's a lie. That's the trap, because the have never comes until you flip the sequence. First, you be the version of who sells at that level. Then you naturally do the things that person does. And as a result, you have the clients, the income, and the business. Think about it this way. You wouldn't hire a financial advisor who looks panicked every single time that they talk about money. And you wouldn't trust a personal trainer who looks uncomfortable in their own body. Your clients are buying you, the energy that you walk into the sales conversation with, the certainty or lack of it in your voice when you say your price, the way you hold space when they hesitate. All of that is a direct reflection of who you currently believe yourself to be. So here's the work, and it has three steps. Step number one is you regulate your nervous system. The first step is the one that people dismiss the fastest. And it's the one that I will die on a hill defending, because I have seen it change everything, not only for me, but for my clients. Your nervous system is the hardware that runs your sales conversations. When your nervous system is dysregulated, when you're anxious and triggered and in scarcity mode or even scared, your brain literally shifts into survival. And in survival, you cannot access the parts of your brain that allow you to listen deeply, to think clearly, or to hold your ground on price. Here's what this looked like in a real sales call. This regulated version of you walks in, secretly scared that they'll say no. You're already preparing your discount before they've even objected. You're in your head. Do they like me? Is this too expensive? Should I throw in more? Instead of being present with them. Regulated version of you, on the other hand, walks in fully available. You're listening, really listening, not to defend yourself, but to actually help them. You hold the price because you're not scared of their reaction. You're focused on their transformation, not on your approval. That is what closest high ticket offers, not a script, not a perfectly worded objection handler. Presence. Here are some practical tools for your nervous system regulation. So, before the call, you do a physiological sigh. You double inhale through the nose, and then you slow exhale through your mouth, and you do it 3 times. This is scientifically proven to down regulate the nervous system in under 60 seconds. The second thing that I love is a body scan. So for 2 minutes, you feel your feet on the floor, you feel your body in your chair, you get out of your head and you get into your body, and you literally, moment by moment, take awareness, full awareness of every single part of your body. And that is what I call a body scan. The third thing you do is you do power statements, right? Not fake affirmations, but a statement rooted in evidence. For example, I have helped X type of people achieve X result. I know how to do this, right? So you're reminding your brain of what you can do. All right, in the sales call, slow down your speech. Take pauses. Silence is not your enemy. It's a sign of confidence. When they push back on your price or anything that you say, you breathe before you respond. The regulated pause is more powerful than any script. I want you to really hear this. The most powerful thing that you can bring to a sales conversation is a regulated nervous system. Be the person who is regulated. Everything else follows. The more you practice this, the more it becomes embedded in who you are. All right, step number 2 is now we want to see the new version of you. Here's something that blew my mind when I first learned it, and the science backs this up completely. Your brain literally does not know the difference between something that you vividly imagined and something that you've actually experienced. When you process something as real in your mind, you act differently, you feel differently. Your nervous system responds as if it's already happened. So this is not woo, this is neuroscience, and it means that the clearest, fastest path to becoming the expert who sells 25, 50, 100K offers is to see that version of yourself so clearly that your brain starts operating from that identity today. Here's your self-image upgrade exercise. So I want you to get out a journal and answer these questions. Don't rush through this. This is the work, okay? So question number 1 is, what does this version of you believe about her value? Not what she wants to believe, but what she knows. Write it out like you're already her. Question number 2, how does she show up in a sales conversation? What does her body language look like? How does she speak? How does she handle objections? Write the scene in full detail. Question number 3, what does she charge and how does she feel when she says that number? Describe that feeling in your body. And question number 4, what has she let go of to become this new version? The need for approval, the fear of being too much, the stories about who gets to charge what kind of money. Write what she has released. The more detailed your vision is, the stronger the neural pathways you are building towards that identity. This is not a one-time exercise, by the way. This is a daily practice that you keep practicing and that goes deeper in your mind every single time you do it. And spend 5 to 10 minutes every morning reading this vision, not as a wish, as a memory of your future. And here's the thing, over time, your nervous system starts to hold that frequency as normal. What feels terrifying at 10,000 starts to feel like your baseline. Another tool that you can use is evidence stacking. And this is something that I add with every single client, and it accelerates everything. Your new self image needs evidence to stand on. So every time that you get a client win or a breakthrough, you receive a testimonial, you handle a hard conversation really well, or you hold your price without flinching, write it down in one place, a running document, a notes app, a journal. Date it, name it, and own it. Because when your nervous system gets activated before a sales goal and the old story creeps in, who do you think you are to charge this, or whatever ideas come to mind, you go to your evidence bank and you read the proof that you are already her. Okay, step number 3, the first bold regulated step that you're going to take. And here's where we take everything internal and make it external. Most people either stay stuck forever waiting to feel ready, or they panic raise their prices by, let's say 30K overnight, and then they collapse when someone pushes back. Neither works because neither is rooted in your regulated nervous system. The first bold step needs to be big enough to stretch you, but small enough that your nervous system can hold it. I love using the incremental price ladder. Here's how this works in practice. So let's say you're currently charging 3,000 and your goal is 15,000. You don't just jump to 15,000 tomorrow. Here's what you do instead. Round number 1, you go from 3 to 5,000 with 2 to 3 clients at this rate. Round number 2, you go from 5,000 to 7,500, right? With 2 to 3 clients at this rate. Round number 3, you go from 7,500 to 10,000. And then, 10 to 15,000, which is your goal. At each round, you're doing 3 things. Number 1, you're practicing being regulated at the new price point. Number 2, you're adding to your evidence bank. Every yes is proof, right? Like you telling yourself, yeah, I can do this because people have said yes. Number 3, you refine your positioning so your offer matches the investment level. Every time you hold your price and someone says yes, you are teaching your nervous system, this is normal for me now. And that's an identity anchor. And over time, those anchors compound. Your first bold step equals the next price point that makes you slightly uncomfortable, but doesn't send you into full panic. It should feel like a stretch, of course, but not a free fall. And here's the key. Before you offer that new price to a client, you practice it, right? Out loud in the mirror. I do this all the time in a regulated state until your body stops reacting to the number. So you say it until it feels boring. You say it until the silence after it feels comfortable. That is when you're ready to say it to a real prospect. Let me give you the full picture of what we've covered today. So be the high ticket expert first. The sequence again is be, do, have, not the other way around. The 3 steps to becoming her. Number 1, regulated. Your nervous system is the foundation. A regulated seller is a magnetic seller. Use psychological sighing and body scanning and powerful statements before every single call. Step number 2, we talked about visualization. So building a detailed, vivid picture of your new self and stack evidence daily. Your brain cannot tell the difference between imagination and reality. And step number 3, increment. Take your first bold regulated step. Price ladder your way to your goal. Each round deepens the identity anchor. And this is the foundation. Once this inner work is in place, the outer strategies, your pricing structure, your value articulation, your offer architecture, they actually land because you can hold them. Now, once your inner game is solid, the next thing that you need to do is the pricing strategy, the actual mechanics of how you price your high ticket offer based on the value that it delivers, not the hours or not your expenses, and definitely not what you think the market will bear. And I have a full video breaking this down, exactly how to do it, value-based pricing for coaches, consultants, service providers, and I'll link that right below. Watch it after you've done the inner work we talked about today, because when your nervous system is regulated and your self-image is aligned with your pricing, the strategy is the easy part. All right, before you go, here's your homework for today. And by the way, please, if you like this video and you found it helpful, let me know in the comments, but also like and subscribe the video so that more people can find it. Before we go, here's your homework. Task number 1 is to practice your current target price out loud. Right now, today, okay, 10 times in a regulated state. Notice where your body tenses. That's where the work is. And task number 2, I want you to write the new version of you vision. Answer the 4 questions that I gave you. And task number 3, I want you to identify your first bold step on the price ladder. Just one round. Who is the next person that you're going to offer it to? This is not about faking it till you make it, okay? This is about becoming it before the market reflects it back to you. Because the women that I've watched make the biggest leaps in their business, they didn't just change their pricing, they changed who they were. And if this resonated with you, drop me the word inner game in the comments. I want to know that you're doing the work, and I'll send you a free resource to go deeper. And if you're ready to not just do the inner work, but also build a full sales system around it, from obviously framework to conversation to close, then please do reach out. The link is in the comments below. And now go do the work, and I'll see you the next time.